Hello. Welcome to Late Night Conversations with your pal Hal. Tonight we'll be discussing girls in Canada.
Okay.
Why they piss me off so much. All right. Every single time you're talking to a nice, sweet girl in Canada, for whatever reason, possibly, let's just say she's single. And as I, of course, happen to be single, look at this apartment.
Shocker.
And I always I want them to be close. And they never ever tell you they're from Canada. It's almost like there's something wrong and you don't know what it is. So you just keep hanging out with them. You just keep talking to them and talking to them and talking to them. And then eventually out comes the C word. I'm from Canada. And it just crushes a little part of my soul that was just starting to grow with love and admiration for the person. And now I have nothing.
Oh my gosh.
And I can't tell you how many times that's happened. The only other country that's ever topped it in all of my worldly chatting.
What have I done? That is
with
so
women. No,
horribly
you
offensive.
haven't done anything. You haven't done
Your
anything.
sexiness.
Your sexiness. You're just lovable and you're adorable and you're just really far away. And now I need a passport to come and see you, which means I gotta fill out fucking paperwork and stand in line at the goddamn post office. That's a lot of effort for a woman. I'm just letting you know.
Your personality is infectious.
Infectious. I've been trying to like
Not as
get
much
her to
as
feel better. I've been trying to get her to feel better ever since the first call. The only country that tops that is Australia. These girls will wine you, dine you, every single thing you can possibly imagine. And then as soon as you ask them where they're from,
Australia.
they're all like, "Oh, I'm an Aussie. We're all hot." Well, then why don't you fucking get on a plane? How come I have to fly there? I literally have to sell everything I own, abandon all my friends and family and my job just to be with you. That is a hell of a commitment from across the ocean. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's only like 80 degrees there. It's like 2 here.
I'm booking a flight now.
I'm kind of going with
That's
Jack
real
on this
difficult.
one. That's I'd go to Australia by myself.
All right,
Because it's so nice.
You want to go to Australia?
Yeah, when are we going? Let's do it.
Let's plan a trip. I got vacation coming.
He's like, I didn't bargain for this. It's got to be my personality. It's infectious.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to fly somewhere else, that's a party. We're all
Okay,
just
so
gonna arrive.
you won't come to. Never mind.
I'll come to Canada. Let me know. I got a passport. I'm good.
Okay.
See ya, buddy.
Shit, you better turn around because you're driving the wrong way. You know Canada's north.
Yeah. I didn't say I was driving there.
Oh, okay.
I got to go back for my jujubes anyway.
You know, speaking of crazy fucking women, here's something that pisses me off. I want everybody's absolute input on this. My sister's getting married.
Oh, brother.
This summer, and she wants us all to get in a car with my 90-year-old grandmother. That's myself, my brother, my dad, his wife, and my grandma. 5 of us, and drive 17 hours across the country to see her get married.
No, thank you. Get a plane
It's
ticket.
our live version of National Lampoon's wedding.
Hold on. Now, this gets better.
Oh my God, yeah.
On top of that, she wants my dad to help pay for the wedding, and she refuses to let him walk her down the aisle.
Why?
She
But
feels
outside of that, we're good.
She feels he has not earned the right.
Okay, well then he's not going to pay for her wedding, right?
Wrong answer.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You were doing so well too on this game show.
I think he said he's giving her like $3,000, and then if my brother and myself ever get married, he'll also give us $3,000, which I figure will probably cover the bar tab at the reception I would have locally. Well, possibly. I would do this locally for all of my family and all of my friends. I would never, ever, ever say, let's have it in Milwaukee, because I'd invite my brother, and that would be the guest list.
Aww.
I mean, seriously, the other friends I have, I would never want at a wedding. I mean, I know a lot of fucking losers here. Have you seen my apartment? So there's no way I would do that.
It's just not women that say the C word. Every man I meet is from Canada. And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, my partner, is from Quebec, okay? Like Rose Cow.
Yep.
He's from Quebec. We've been
Full-blown
together for
Canadian.
2 years on SL. And he drives me freaking crazy.
I know. You're preaching to the choir, sister.
Hey, this Canadian girl that we have in the call, Jessica, is a pretty nice girl. I mean, she's above average for frickin' Canadian girls, you know?
Where do you live? Canada.
Man, like it's really not that bad up here.
Okay, you know what?
Well,
You know
he's
why you're
French
saying that?
Canadian. So he speaks French, okay?
Do you
And
know
he
why?
drives me crazy.
No, the guys
This is the
from
thing.
everybody from Quebec is a little weird.
This
Little
is
off.
this is the whole problem. Everybody that's in Canada always says it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I could say the same thing about the United States when I'm talking to somebody from Europe, England, Germany, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, any country. When somebody loves America, I want to talk to them. When someone doesn't like America, I don't want to talk to them. I don't hate Canada. I hate the fact that you're an attractive woman and you live in the fucking polar tundra of Canada. It is a fucking
I
drive
don't
and a
live in
half.
the.
to
You
come
know
I
what?
bet.
You know what?
I
You
bet
know
it is colder
say.
where you live than
He's
where I
trying to
am.
say you
I am
live
not
in
in the.
fucking Canada because I can't get over there to bang your ass fast enough. I have to get a fast to it.
Exactly.
Now, this is a
He
woman
says-
that understands
he
the
says, I
words
don't-
coming out of my mouth. Right here.
Jessica, I will admit, I do see Hal's side of the story on this because, you know, my first Second Life girlfriend or wife or whatever you want to call it was from Winnipeg, Canada.
That's
See?
like the coldest place on the face of the
I
planet.
know, right? That girl that came to visit me in Green Bay, she was from Winnipeg. I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let me just say this, Jessica, you are a major improvement from all the frickin' Canadians I ever met. End of subject for me.
Well,
Just
thank
gotta
you.
take that back.
Yes.
Now, I just had a visitor leave, and he was from Regina, Canada. And he stayed down here 3 weeks. 3 weeks to visit. And that drove me crazy.
Yeah.
So so everything Celine's saying is that Hal Hal likes you too much for you to be in Canada because he really wants to bang the shit out of you. Yeah, he just wants you to frickin', you know, get your green card, move over to the United States so he can basically bang you whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. It's a major inconvenience that she's so far away. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's a hell of a lot of gas money and a hell of a lot of driving
But you
to
know
go see
what?
her.
You know what, Hal?
I know. It'll probably be worth it. It'll probably be worth it.
Wonderful experience of your life.
I'm not denying it, but the thing is, I just can't afford it right now. You know, I can barely keep a roof over my head and food in the house, and let alone, let's go drive to Canada this weekend. Come on.
Oh, I know. Well, that's like y'all said in Australia. My brother did that. He lives in Australia. He moved to Australia and got married.
See, you'll sell everything you own. You'll abandon your job, your friends, and your family just for some girl. That's a hell of a commitment for Australia. Plus, it's like $3,000 to fly there.
Those kids from Wisconsin back in the '70s show, they always frickin' went up to Canada, man.
That's because back then you only needed an ID. Now you need a fucking passport. It's like going to another country.
Yeah.
Okay. I am looking up right now.
Yeah, you look it up. How far is it to Milwaukee from where you live?
It is. Let's see. Oh, it's a long drive.
How many hours?
I don't know if I'm understanding this right.
Center of your town to the center of Milwaukee. How far away?
Okay, suggested route on Google Maps
Yeah. What's the time?
is 7.5 hours.
I could do that in my sleep. I'm there. I'm leaving Friday.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my God.
you're not factoring in snow.
Right.
Hey, sweetie, I live in Wisconsin. I can drive in a fucking blizzard, a goddamn fucking whiteout. Trust me. I don't give a fuck about snow.
I know you
When
live in a
when I had a
snow house.
girl in Minnesota asked me to come and see her, there was a fucking ice storm. I passed 6 cars in the fucking ditch, and my car's from '98. I can drive anything. Well, I should say as long as it's an automatic. I'm not a stick shift kind of guy.
Do what?
As long as it's an automatic. I don't fuck around with stick shift. I mean, I could drive it if I had to, but it's not something I'm familiar with.
Because nobody in my family had a nice sports car for me to learn on, so there was no way I was going to learn how to drive a stick. If I get really wealthy in my lifetime, I will buy a sports car and I will teach myself. All right. During my dad's second divorce, we were left with half the things in the house, and his car was a Toyota Tercel hatchback, which is like a pregnant station wagon. During the time that my dad is deciding to go out for the evening, during this time, I am designated driver. So I drop him off at a bar, and then I go home, and I wait for him to call me. This is before cell phones. Then I drive there, pick him up again, then take him to the next bar. This goes on all night long, okay? All night. It never stops until basically him and his drinking buddy are completely hammered, and then I got to take them out for breakfast, at which point they're probably really drunk, and they're just going to throw their empty creamer containers at me from across the booth. It's not a very fun, pleasurable experience at all. At any rate, I'm out with my friends, just hanging out in the apartment waiting for my dad to call. And everybody was bored, so we decided we were going to go take a drive. So we're driving around. We're going to get like soda or something at the gas station. And there happened to be this really, really steep hill. And everybody's like, Hal, just gun it. We can jump Spring Street. And I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty steep hill. I think I could jump that. So I gunned it, and we probably, got up to about 60 miles an hour. All four tires came off the ground. It was just like in the movies when you see them in San Francisco jumping off the hills. We jumped, and we cleared everything, came down, auto-corrected the car, kept going down the road because it's kind of windy once you hit the bottom of the hill. At any rate, it was about a year and a half later. My dad was driving, and the thing just basically fell apart and died. And then he had to actually get the car that I'm driving now.